Hi everyone, so welcome back to Rebirth TV. I am Stacy Benton and I am just presenting the Rebirth experience. And we are currently in the Rebirth A Gift Series. This is part 1, which is conception, which coincides with the novel Rebirth A Gift. And I will encourage you, if this is your first time listening, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that you were able to tune in or just watch the videos, but also go back and watch the previous videos because it will give you a better cohesive understanding on what the rebirth experience is. Also, more information on the novel, why the novel was written. I also go into detail as far as my background as an author and an entrepreneur. So please go back and watch the videos. Today we are still in our part 1 of our Rebirth A Gift series and launching Rebirth Experience. And so just really when it comes to the conception is just really where everything started in your life. When it comes to when did you experience your trauma? When did you experience your complex trauma? And there are going to be times where I do pause. And the pause is absolutely necessary because healing cannot be completed by rushing through it. You have to take time to know and discover aspects of yourself that was hidden, but also give you time to just digest your experience. So the rebirth experience is about that. It's about diving deeper into what happened, why it happened, and what was the purpose for it. Because I know right now you may feel like there's no reason why you experience what you experience. Like God or the infinite one just absolutely abandon you. But I want to encourage you. This is what I'm going to do on this video. Will be just a video of encouragement and connecting. And I know that you may feel disconnected, not only from yourself, but also probably from family and friends, those that are around you. There's a disconnection there. But you know that there's a deeper purpose, there's a deeper meaning around your life, around your family, and also your work environment. There's a deeper longing to feel that level of connection, not only with yourself, but also with those around you. And the reason why you feel so disconnected from everyone is because the trauma has the ability to create an atmosphere that will absolutely be tormentous, meaning that it will cause you to feel a level of depression, isolation, frustration. It will cause you to be experience regression in your life, suppression. You don't feel like you're really achieving what you set out to achieve, or you feel like it's your natural abilities. So trauma can cause you to feel some really negative things. And the level of isolation that comes as a result of the trauma, the level of isolation is really what I think is the most detrimental aspect of trauma. And I am expressing this not only as a survivor and also thriver of my own complex trauma. And I have educated myself years, decades, to bring understanding to myself as to why I experienced what I experienced and to understand the emotions behind it. So I know what you're feeling. I know what you're experiencing. I know that the isolation it is what's really driving you farther backwards. And the isolation comes as a result of it. It could be shame. It could be a lot of disappointment. And when you're in this complex trauma cycle, it really breathes into the isolation. And there are times where isolation can be a positive. However, there should be movement out of that state. There should be a time where you may experience it, but you're coming out of the other side. And this is why the Rebirth Experience and the Rebirth A Gift Series is so vital, because the longer you stay stuck or stagnant, the longer the delay is for you to actually move into the vision that you have for your life and for yourself. So I want to encourage you that you can do this. You can break through. You can push through. You can find that peace and that level of serenity that you're desiring. You can burst through from the isolation. And that isolation also breeds depression. And the depression is something that is not normal depression in my own understanding and also experiences. Because the depression is deep rooted in your own trauma. Because trauma can also cause other psychological issues. And that's something that will be explored in conception, which is part 1 of the Rebirth A Gift series. If you are feeling depression or isolation, the main thing I want to encourage you to do is reach out. Reach out. And I know you may be in a very low place right now. It is okay. I promise you, if you just allow yourself to reach out to one person that you may trust. Because if you are in a narcissistic dynamic, then you may not have someone to reach out. So I would encourage you, in the times that you are alone or away from the abuser, it could be if you are a teenager or a young woman, a young man, when you have time, you have to find a way to reach out. And that reaching out may be just simply watching these videos to help you break through that isolation. And isolation can also be psychological, emotional, mental. Because you can still be around a lot of people and still feel the isolation or alone. So starting to reach out, learn more about your experiences. If you are experiencing isolation, like right now, Google, watch videos on how to break out of isolation. Because the more that it's one step at a time. I know that this is difficult, but it's one step at a time, one layer at a time, one triumph at a time, one positive step towards your future and healing. One step at a time. You have to pull out. Because the longer you stay in that level of isolation, and that's again psychological isolation, the longer that you allow yourself to be pulled into that state of depression. And when it comes to physical isolation, that means that if you are completely in a bondage type of situation. What I mean by bondage, that means that you have completely shut yourself off from any support system. I want to really encourage you that please watch these videos, because this is going to begin to pull you out. You're going to begin to pull out of that little by little by little. It's like bricks. If you're laying a brick, you're building a house. You build that house one brick at a time. So think of the videos as I'm building the brick. I'm building my brick house one at a time. I'm building my way. I'm building myself up enough so I can make those vital decisions that I need to make for my future, for my destiny. So you want to start bricking. You want to start watching the videos, encouraging yourself. Now, one of the things that I can say as a person that have experienced complex trauma is that there's no quick fix. And one of the things that I want to encourage you, because I've been on that journey, is that you just really want the pain to stop. You want that trauma that you have experienced to just stop hurting. And it depends on what stage you are in your healing. If you're in conception, or if you're in the very beginning of that experience, then it can be, you have to be patient. You have to be gentle and kind with yourself. The more things that you put into yourself that is positive. So if you are in complete isolation, I am speaking to you. If you're in absolute complete isolation and you have no support system, watch these videos. Not only this video, but watch videos on whatever emotion you're experiencing. Watch videos on how to overcome depression. Watch videos on how to get out of isolation. Watch videos on whatever that emotion, how to break frustration, how to build my life again after experiencing some trauma. So you want to start educating yourself, because through knowledge, you're going to be built up to the point where that's one aspect of gaining the right knowledge, gaining the right wisdom. So now you can move past this stage of conception. Because the conception stage is the stage where you have to go back to the beginning. You cannot run from the pain. You cannot run or hide anymore. And if you are watching my videos, I know for a fact you're at a place of you're in a place of where you may be in a state of isolation, or completely, you don't have no support system at this point. And this could be because you're in a very toxic relationship. It could be a point of, this is your isolation, so where you feel protected from everyone. That it's like a way of saying, well, no one can ever hurt me because I'm not allowing anyone to get near me or to get to know me. So there's walls that has been built up, and some of these walls are good because it protects you from the wrong people. It protects you from the toxic people. Those individuals that you know do not mean you well, but you may be in a situation where you cannot get out, or you cannot leave because you have been so trapped. So I want to encourage you to continue to gain knowledge on what you're experiencing. This is part of the conception. This is part of the Rebirth A Gift Series. Start to build upon that knowledge, because your rebirth experience is a process. Gaining knowledge on what you are experiencing is very vital to your healing and recovery, because it brings understanding and allows you to feel a level of compassion for yourself, because you understand now that it's not your fault. This was not your fault. And I'm going to end this video here, but I just want to encourage you that you can do this. It may be difficult. It may be challenging at first, but you're building your house, you're building your brick, you're